All right, can you hear me now? Yeah. Let's see here. Trying to see where we could bounce if we start selling back down. Uh, I don't know if it's probably the safer bet to wait for us to get below that 951. I kind of wouldn't mind targeting those lows from yesterday. If this 50% area can hold, this is the 50% of the total move pullback. So no, it's not holding, guys. We could run back up to the whole number. I only say that because it left a little imbalance gap there, a little fair value gap there sitting. To fill that in is all the way up at the 98. We've already taken one little trade, so I took this trade this morning for I think about 20 points with a couple micros. I couldn't really pull the trend line from all this consolidation that you see right here, so I pulled it from here down like this, and we took this trade here for about 20 total points. I had a resting order sitting at 10 because, anybody that watches me know that I like to play that 10 to 9. And we hit right off of that 50 EMA on the 5 minute. For longs, I really need to see us back above the 10 level. And maybe we can fill in these gaps up to 40. And also the London high. I don't think we ran that London high. And that's all the way up at 127. So then to the downside, if you get back below the 951, I would target down at which is a long ways down too, which is 805. So to me, I just feel like we're kind of in the middle at the moment. I think if we get below the Asia low, let me pull this over here so it's easier to see. And this is the kill zone. See how we bounced off the Asia low here a few times? That's why I said that if we can, that's why I was actually kind of trying to short that pre-market. I was hoping that if we got moving back down, we would break this Asia low and go and continue down, at least back to 900. Or there's also a lot of consolidation also sitting at 862, 863, kind of like yesterday morning, because I think that was the low of yesterday's morning, that 863. Then the New York PM session ran that. But I think we also have 3-star news coming out tomorrow, so it could be choppy this morning. Let me see what that is. I heard somebody else talking about the news that we have. So let's see, investing.com. Go to tools. Uh, okay, so this morning we do have existing home sales, but I don't really think that's going to do too much, honestly. I don't think it has been. I mean, it might give you like 20, 30, 40, 50 point type move, but nothing like devastating type news. So tomorrow is CPI numbers. So and global manufacturing. So we do have a lot of news tomorrow morning. And for anybody that also watches my channel, that anytime we have big movement overnight, usually the New York session is choppy. So if you think about it, let's see. What is session? Is this? Did we have big? Maybe that was looking. Okay, that was yesterday. So what's that? 923 all the way up to, I guess that's about 200 points, which is still pretty good movement for overnight. Then we also have yesterday's close that we could look for a possible bounce to this morning. And that may come in hand because you got that 50-60 area that usually a lot of times will hit those levels, then pull back into the 20s. So this morning, shorts below the 950. I'll look for shorts below 951 and longs back above the 2510. Let me make sure I had that level right. Yeah, 2510. Let me get my video up here. Yesterday was a pretty good trading. We had like a couple little small losses, but we didn't have any big devastating losses yesterday. Which one? Now I pulled over a I did Sir Dawes. I did pull over a indicator with Now, were you looking at this here? Let's see. No, where's the kill zones at? Oh. Were you looking at that here, Sir Dawes? No, these are indicators. So I don't really use buy sell indicators. Mostly all my levels indicators are like level base and order block base, basically. So these ones right here, do you see, are ICT kill zones, and all they pretty much do is just mark out the highs and kind of a little small of highs and lows, usually of the Asia and Asia market. And it also does the previous day, like New York PM, New York lunch. This is the lunch, and this is the AM is the green. And the big red blocks up here at the top. So basically what that level marks out is these are order blocks, and it kind of gives you an idea about how many contracts are sitting in this area, so that you usually know the first hit's going to be a bounce. So this right here was the first marking of this order block here. See how it sold all the way down, and then when it finally hit back up in there, even though it cut a couple tries, but it ended up selling down what, almost 90 points out of this order block. Then we have a smaller order block left here this morning, which looks pretty small. Yeah, that way if I'm taking that 5-minute inside bar, because, you know, I've been taking that 5-minute inside bar a lot. And so, you know, if the breaks to the upside and if it's going into an order block, most of the time I'll stay away from it. or if it's going into the whole number, or if it's going into 90. I'm usually very careful about it. Which today I would definitely approach the market with a little caution today. Just being CPI numbers tomorrow, it could just be a choppy day for us today. Looks like Bewley's back to 80% off. What's crazy is I didn't hold my short this morning. I actually got long here this morning. But yeah, as you can see, we did have a pretty deep pullback because I was long from around the 70 this morning, 74. And I ended up just taking 20 points out of the trade. We ended up selling at 94. But it was only for 2 micros since it was pre-market. Don't really want to dig ourselves in a hole. So we just made like a quick little $50 off this trade with a couple micros. Well, I took one off at 10. Then the other one was at the 90 level. What's up, Mr. Ponzi? You liking all this selling we're having? I think it gets through that today's open this time. I think this is where we go to 40. This is kind of where I wanted to take a long at and see if you can get a long up to that 40 level at yesterday's close. Eh, watch it. Watch at least bang off 10 right off the rip. And I got to sit here and watch. It's so close to opening that it's you can't do this 2 minutes before opening. It's just too tough. I'm hoping it like prints, or not prints, but I hope we get a little bit of pullback, then rip above that 10 level. Either that or hit like the 25, rip back down to like the 25,090, then rip back up. Yeah, shoot. It was, there's no way I could take that because I definitely like the long above the 10, but there's just no way to jump in that with 1 minute left for the market to open. Unfortunately, we'll probably have to sit here and just watch it. That looks like there's your 10 points. It had to happen before pre-market. That's like the worst time for like your levels to there's a pass if you're looking for certain levels. What do we got? Uh, let's see if we see the pullback here. Oh no, this thing's going straight up, guys. There's a lot of volume here. 80% volume. It's going. Come on, pull back. Come on, pull back. Oh well, we missed our long above that 10 level. There's almost that 40 hit that we were talking about at yesterday's close. It's so hard to take that pre-market, guys. I mean, like, you know, leading up to that, we need to see some kind of pullback. I'd like to see it pull back to the whole number and retest that 25,000 and then maybe look for another long above 10. Come on. Woo! It pays every time, guys. Wait for that pullback to the 2,500 and rip 25 points off of that. Let's see if we can break through that 40. We break through that 40, we should get a bump. Ah, it's so wicky. I got too close to the stop loss. Too close to the stop loss of my rudder. Oh no, there it goes. Ah, damn it. Shoot, didn't get enough room for the little slap back there. Damn it. Nah, that happens over a lot and a lot. Anytime that you're trading around that 90 to 10, anytime that you can get a retest of the whole numbers back into the 90s, more likely you're going to rip back out of that whenever we're moving up. I mean, that was like almost a 50-point rip off of that whole number. And our volume is sitting at 80% on the buy side at the moment. So also, the previous day close paid 10 points too, but it was pre-market. A lot of times I don't usually mess with that pre-market. All we can do now is sit here and watch. We can't jump back in. It just sucks that we got stopped out on that last one for our runner. Remember, we got session highs at 128 all the way back up to the top side. So, I mean, that's possible a nice target if we can get back into this. So we're about to have a new 5-minute candle. So let's see what this new candle brings. Like I said, I mean, we got a lot of Volume came down a little bit. We're sitting at about 78 on this volume. Let me see where the 50% of this, well, I don't know if we ran the whole 50% of this move back down. So that would be a play all the way back to the 90. So if you got a pullback back to the 90, and if that holds, that'd be a good indicator for another long. And it would be retesting those EMAs there. But it could just continue going in the move. We might not even get that pullback. This may be the pullback here that we got to that 98. To me, I felt like the entry was back there where we first took it, around that 11, 12, above 10. Now all we got to do is just kind of sit here and watch and wait till we get some kind of pullback. I want to see this 65 hold here. Let's see if 65 holds. $65 just hit. I don't know if that'll get us a pullback we need all the way back down to the 20s here. Looks like 65 is about to give way. It's struggling to get through it, but it may give way. I hate that those just cross. All right, about to have a new 5-minute candle. Kind of looking for 75 to come back and hit that 50. And we'll go to break even fast on this trade here, because in case it continues ripping. This is just 2 micros. Now, this is just a big iffy trade here, guys. Ah, damn it. Doesn't look like it's going to go. Usually it should pull back 50% of this candle most of the time. Looks like it's not going to do it. No, not going to do it. I thought we could get a little pullback there for the 50% of the move. But it looks like we might have to wait for the whole number up there. Let's see here. Oh, wrong one. Now that's going to be dirty if that thing ends up pulling back after it stopped me out for my 2 micros. All right. Possible a 90 bounce here. I still like the pullback for the 50%. Just looks like we just didn't have a big enough stop loss. And I feel like, what is it? We also got all these wicks sitting here too. At 90. Yeah. So that was the first wick there where we bounced. Then the next one should be 90 because there's like, I don't know, at least 10 candles sitting there at the 90. So possible 90 bounce here. If we can pull back a little bit more, then push up. What time is it? We still got 15 minutes for home sale news. Of course, it would sell back down after it stops me out, guys. I was thinking that if I got short around that 60 level where we got short, that we have a little pushback to the 44s, back into the 40s. I didn't know if we would get a possible short here at the 92s or the 90s. A lot of times the 90s will hit, then we'll pull back 20 or 30 points off that 90 level. Ooh, it's a lot of volume. Whew, straight the freaking up, guys. Looks like we're already kind of going for those yesterday's highs at 28. So here, let's see if we get the pullback to the 90, then move higher. Or did we get the... No, I don't think we did get the retest of the 90. I guess I really don't like the long unless we get back into the whole number, pull back below the whole number here, then push back above the whole number again. Then maybe look for a long back above the 25 100 here. Because we got to have some kind of pullback. I mean, if you pull fib on this, I mean, it's just pretty big. I mean, it's all the way back down and what, 25 800 for 50% of this move. All right, so we're about to run the session high here at the 28. So let's see if that pullback comes after this. And it's weird. Nasdaq's been doing this a lot too, where it'll get right there at the level and won't clear it, then pull back. It's weird. It's been doing that a lot lately too. Like it'll miss it by like a few points. All right, so it did break the session high. Oof. Boy, that original entry looks pretty good now, all the way back down at the 10, guys. Looks like a possible wick bounce here at the 70 level. Usually when the market's doing this, we pretty much have to kind of sit here and watch. Um, we got above the 30 level. That's that order block that we were saying a while ago, back above 30. Man, this is just insane to watch right now. This is insane that we got to sit here and watch this, guys. Would be really nice to have a pullback and get an inside bar in. If you're looking at the hourly chart, we just hit a wick, so maybe a pullback here off the 70. Oh shit, I missed it. I was sitting here looking at that. It did pull back off the 70. We got 6 minutes left on this 1 hourly candle here. But we also have news at 10 o'clock this morning, so you got to kind of consider that. I don't know how much it's going to move the market. We got a 1 hour order block sitting all the way up at 292 on the 1 hour. So, I mean, long ways to the top side to go. And that's from earlier this week. Looks like there's like a million contracts in that spot. So, might be safe to wait till the 10 o'clock hour here to be on the safe side. Like I said, I like the longs back above 62. And if 62 can kind of hold this area, um, or if 62 doesn't hold, you could possibly take another long up to like the 200s. And that's where you're going to run into a lot more wicks on your hourly candle. 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left. Then we will kind of have an idea. I'm hoping this next hourly candle gives us some kind of pullback. we got to get a pullback, guys. We're above that 62, 64 level. We're just waiting for this hourly candle to print and see what happens with this area here. As you can see, we're having a hard time pushing up. And above that, like I said, I'm pretty sure I feel like we should get a nice bounce out of this 200 level, because there's probably about 10 1-hour candles in this area. So either we'll get a reversal or it's just going to turn into a lot of chop in this area. Two minutes left, guys. 2 minutes. Uh, what do we got? 1 minute left. I wouldn't mind seeing a pullback all the way back down to the 25 100s here. But, man, we're so close to that news here. One minute left, guys. 1 minute left before news happens. Like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing a pullback all the way to the 25 100s, then rip back up 100 points. We've gotten those kind of moves lately, it seems like. $30 seconds left. Which way does our news carry us? I'm kind of hoping the news doesn't mess up the charts too bad, guys. Well, the news didn't do a whole bunch there. Well, here's maybe our pullback here. We did create another order block there on the 1 hour chart back down where we started. Yeah, now we're just kind of consolidating here. I mean, we're creating a nice little bear flag here, bull flag. If we get this little, I don't know what it looks like on the 1 minute here. We're at that 62, 61 area that I was saying I like the longs above the 62s, but we're struggling to stay above it. I didn't know if we started losing that 21 EMA. May try to bounce off that whole number if we can get a pullback all the way down to the 25 100s. May try long out of the 100s here. We got the 50 EMA sitting down there. We got this level sitting here also that we can bounce, and we'll just enter with like 2 micros. Got a nice little 1 minute trend line here too. Now what you want to see is this push back up and this hold around that 45 area. Like it doesn't really push through that back through the 45. Ah. We missed the 100 bounce. I was trying to add. we go. I'm gonna at least take another 10 points in case this thing just does not go. This way we don't miss out on a runner here. To the moon. Nice 100 bounce, guys. Nice 100 bounce. Took a little bit. I was hoping the bounce would be a lot quicker because it didn't go as quick as I wanted to go. So it hesitated around this 10 level. I was trying to get another add-in at the 100 in case we hit the 100, but I'm not sure if we did. Like, I added 2 here, then I was going to add 1 more here to get a little bit better position. Then hopefully the 2 contracts would have got taken out at 10, then leave our 10-point runners. That old 62, though, is going to give us issues. If we can't get above 62, we're probably just going to pull back. Push. I'll show you in a minute why I like this trade. When that pull back into the 10 and whole number there. This is the hourly chart here. So it was all these hourly candles there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So about 8 candles all within that 90 to 110 area. So that's why we were trying to get a long out of this area because of this here. And the runner's just not going to take off on us. Woo! What was that nasty little dump? I think just wrecked some folks. That's why you got to be careful jumping in at the top, guys. Could get a pullback all the way back into the 70s and 60s. I think this is just a pullback here, guys. I think it's just trapping some longs in, as all this is doing. More likely, people were getting long off of this 5-minute candle here. Here's is where you're kind of looking for a bounce here. If you want to look for a bounce, this area's got to hold if you're looking at the 1-hour candle. So we never got above that 62. Still no inside bar yet this morning either, guys. Whoa. I like the long, but man, I don't like the way it just jotted up there. Just 2 micros here. Looks like we can get stopped down on our 2 micros. It's that 62 level, guys. Damn it. We might go to break even just in case it doesn't get through that 62 level again, because we can always re-enter. See how we're still struggling to get through that 62 level? If we get through that 62 level, we should blast the 200. Still struggling with that 62 level. Yeah, if you're looking at your hourly, we gave it a little try to see if we can get through those 62s, but did not get through right away. Right now, we're just up 120 today so far. I don't know if it'll give us enough pullback to jump in where you're not feel like you're just jumping in at the top. Mm. Oh well. All right, guys. Thank everyone for watching this morning. I don't know if we're just gonna be. Oh man, new 5-minute candle. Kind of want to see that little bounce off 26 there. Just 2 micros. Mm. I think this 44 will be my line in the sand. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching this morning. We're just going to hold on to what little small profit we had so we don't get chopped up the rest of the day.